Hey everybody!
3 fields of canola that we planted.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yep. How's everybody doing tonight? We are back on, whatever this map's called. I don't think I'm ever going to get this map's name
my
right.
Stuff's ready to harvest yet.
Taking care of our Piggly Wigglies. Hey, top music, Dylan,
I think we could
James,
definitely
Mondo,
do
and Tanya. How's everybody doing tonight?
maybe our 2 bigger fields as canola, and then 53 as barley.
$58 and $53 is barley.
Now, what do you think? We've got a little bit of barley in the silo. We've got 3 fields of canola that we're harvesting tonight. You just want to flip them both back to canola, or all 3 of them?
We got 10,000 liters of barley. We're fairly full on barley. I mean, we're at 59,000 liters now. And we got the big field of barley coming in later this week. We got corn saved up, but we don't have any canola saved up. And canola is the least food crop that we have. Of course, we're about to harvest. But we don't get a lot of canola, so we probably won't get that filled all the way up either.
I've got all my stuff planted in soybeans if you guys want to buy it.
Using those as cash crops?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
We got barley, wheat, and oats. If you guys want any coming up.
I think we're fairly self-sufficient. We're just trying to balance it, I guess.
Makes sense.
I don't know. We got pretty good barley over here.
Top notch.
It's high-end
notch.
barley.
I'm going to sell it to the brewery if you guys don't take it.
Hey, man, I am away this week after today. Still in town tonight. I'll be traveling tomorrow. And we'll be gone till Friday.
Yeah, I think that other map's a good candidate, Klein.
Which one?
Oh, it's another one of those I can't pronounce maps. Starts with an S. I went to Google Translate, and it says it's I don't know. It said it was some language that it wouldn't even translate. I'm like, great. So when I did the video, I just picked German and said, well, we'll just go with that. Hear how the Germans would say it. Thanks for the sub there. I didn't catch the name on the pop-up. Hey, Sean, what's up? I'm just refilling the water, and then I'll, I guess, stock up the straw.
Yeah, I was going to do the straw, but you still have the forks hooked up to that track. I did move the harvester down to the first field.
Oh, we got a deer over here in the field. He's been run over by a tractor, though. He's kind of flat.
He disappeared.
Oh, he's facing 2 different directions, too. He's the magical deer that faces both ways, depending on which side you're facing him. It's pretty funny. Hey, Dr. Chaotica, what is up? That's right, the map name is in the description. Anyone interested in downloading the map, it is the download link is in my map video of this map. Why do I not have game sound? You know why I don't have game sound? I changed my graphics drivers the other day. About game sound now. Yep. All right, let's get game sound going. Can't believe I just did a whole map video without any game sound. There we go. Sure, I'll hear all about it in the comments on Thursday, how there's no game sound. Grand Reaper, I think that was the guy that subbed. What map is this on this PC? It's the Lubelska Dolina. Yeah, that one. Yeah, this is on PC. We are in multiplayer on PC. Oh, it is a loud tractor, isn't it? In fact, we're not going to buy a different tractor tonight, but we are thinking about maybe getting a different tractor at some point. Right. Hey, when we're pig rich, I'm thinking about getting that Fendt 900, that Fendt 800.
That's the one you just added.
Yeah.
So I've got a Fendt 800 mod, but mine's the favorite 800, not the Valero. Or yeah, you can put a forced roll cage on it. It's got a bit more the way the 500 looks, kind of the boxy front.
Yeah, this is kind of the older style, but we could get it with GPS, front PTO, chip tuned to 269 horsepower for 166,000. I was looking at the 700s, but the 700 price range, I mean, we might as well just buy another one of these little scrawny tractors because it goes up to 185 horsepower for 113,000. So you might as well get the other one at that.
We need something bigger. If we're gonna buy a medium, we might as well get something.
Sorry, I went missing.
Got more oomph.
So there was an update to that MB track too, or also.
I know. It's like, I love that tractor.
Well, Sean, come on over to the Discord. Dr. Chaotica can post a link. We've got a community multiplayer server up on Western Australia that's open to anybody in the Discords or in the Discord, singular. There we go. shredding the pigs. There we go. Put a couple more bales on here. Let's get them topped up.
How many hours we got until soybeans are ready?
Probably 20 minutes.
.0561 hours.
Say that again.
0.0561 hours.
Jump on here. Try to look at
Yeah.
this load of logs.
As I was trying to find someplace that had enough contrast that I could read the red.
These new these timber
Hey,
runner
Genetic
on
J.
road version 1.2 are really nice.
I think I'm still using the old one. I'll have to try out the new ones.
Because it actually moves your logs as you auto load and it rotates them. Like it'll do the narrow end up front and then it kind of flips them back and forth. That way they fit in better. And it moves the drop point. Like it has 3 different drop points. So it'll drop in the middle, then it'll drop to the left and drop to the right. That way it kind of evens out the stack.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
problem I always had with it is when they would drop a little bit too fast and you'd have one crooked one that would
Yeah.
jack up your entire stack.
Yeah, I usually load a couple and then I just kind of tap B. I don't let it just run. I kind of do a couple and then stop it, and then do a couple more. And you can road train these trailers now.
Let's see here. That should be the last straw bale
Is
we
that
need to
the
do.
3-pack that has 3 different sizes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to pull that down and take a look at it then.
I'm using
Here we go.
the 20-meter one. Holds 2 sets.
We'll be on for
10
another
meter
hour and
logs.
45 minutes.
A lot of logging.
Yeah. Can't do
Oops,
it right
I thought you were done with logging.
Oops, oops.
now. Well, I can't get away from this map. I have fun with it.
Well, that's the important part.
There we
put me in a
go.
big field. So
Gotta clear a space first.
yep.
There we go. All right, we're going to park this thing. And jump the fence. Oh, we still need to wait. Oh, let's see here. What else can we do? Where are we at? We're at $105,000, so we could repay some of our loan. Down to $95,000 loan.
$21 tons. That's what I'm hauling.
Let's see. We got any good
21
contracts?
tons of log.
Yeah.
A little bit.
FERT contract,
As
a
long as this
harvest,
weight thing
potato
is right.
harvest, potato harvest, potato harvest. Fertilized field 35. Not a lot of contracts. But that should change in just a few minutes. Oh, we got one more round bale in here. And then how many round bales do we have? Over here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 round bales. So we got 10 round bales, 11 round bales, 10 apart. So we probably should bale up the next straw we do. But, wait. Mav has a baler? Because we looked for it the other day and we couldn't find it.
He's got that coon round baler wrapper combo.
I see it now. I couldn't find it last time we were on. Oh, no, wait. I'm over at the sheep pen.
I don't know who has the sheep, isn't that?
Stainless.
Yeah, I was over here looking for it the other day and I couldn't find it. That's the feed mix. That's the mixer. Water tanks, trailers.
So he had put a small shed
There it is.
up in his field. I wonder if it's up there.
No, I found it. It's down here now with the rest of the grass and hay stuff in this shed. Maybe somebody was using it when we were looking for it, or it was out somewhere. But darn if I couldn't find it earlier. Ah, Genetic J's got the mercury bug. There's plenty of building areas over on Mercury. So this is where you can go and get the map.
Looks like our fields grew.
Right here you can go and get the map. Oh, we had growth. We did. We had growth. The northeast farm. What was that? That's the northeast. That's where all the animals are. Northwest. Oh, that's the chickens. Is that right? The chickens. Of course, it doesn't have to be chickens. That's what it is in new farmer mode. That's what it was in 17. Well, did you build it with his buildings or the other buildings? The way people are buying fields, I think come April, there won't be any available fields on the map. Everybody will have bought all the land up.
We're going to have to lay our claim to R2 that we were wanting down here. Yeah, it looks like 57 is gone already.
I know I was perusing Stainless sheep farm one day, and he had like 75 pallets of wool. Some ungodly load of wool. But he was rolling in the dough soon.
I don't know. I'm not too impressed with the price of wool.
Roy churned through 3 sets of horses. He was rolling in the dough, and he sold out to go to help out the chicken farm.
Hey, turn around and go the other way so I can unload you.
Oh, well. Sounds like the East Coast map may be set aside temporarily for this Nebraska project that he wants to do.
Care to peek and see if my soybeans are ready.
What field?
It's the pink ones down south. I can't even remember the number.
Pink one.
Sorry. All the way down at the bottom.
37, 36, and 16 already.
All right, cool.
I'll come back. This little area. I know, he didn't go into the details as to what's broke. Maybe it's some secret script that that he wants to surprise us all with.
Be over there in a minute.
At least that harvester has a lot more capacity than the other one did.
Maybe it's an error related to the train.
I did a beet contract the other day. The pull behind one, or a potato.
Oh my gosh, I bet you it was awful.
That took a couple hours. Paid like $6 grand though. So.
Awful, never. I did it once, never again will I do a potato contract with a pull behind.
Oh, it's not that bad on this little map.
The self-propelleds are bad enough. I remember doing Daz would always want to do the big field on the South American map with potatoes. Take him like the better part of an entire day. Now, I don't care if it pays out 40 grand. It ain't worth it. There's Will Chat. Oh no! Where's the backup? Only knock I have on that that map that we were talking about earlier is OBS seems to want to blow chunks anytime I get around a dense forest. Game frames will be nice, but OBS will start blowing chunks.
Oh.
And it'll say, well, encoder overwhelmed or overworked or something. Consider lowering your encoder settings or whatever. So anytime I got around that dense forest, it didn't like it. But I ended up tossing the frame counter up just to demonstrate that the frames were pretty solid until I got deep in the forest. Then the frames started to drop in the 40s. But again, I have everything turned maxed. And I'm running a 3-year-old CPU, so you might not get those issues. You're running a later gen hardware.
I haven't had any trouble yet recording at max. Although there's one part on Boulder Canyon, I think it's just something with the map. Like I dropped to 40 frames, 30 frames.
Let's see,
It's
genetics.
in the middle of the woods.
See if this still works. There you go. That's the name of the map. Let me check my history. And here is the website. So the gist with that map is there is a single player version and a multiplayer version of the map. If you download the multiplayer version and try to play it in single player, you're going to discover that you can't open any of the doors on any of the sheds other than the ones that are on HOF 1. But if you download the single player version, then all of the doors and all of the gates are tied to Farm ID 1, as Will pointed out, and you can open up all of them. So I know there's going to be tons of comments when this video airs about people downloading the map and they can't open doors and they can't open gates. And I've said it probably about 15 times during the video that is because they downloaded the wrong version, and they probably got it from a scrape site, because the first time I saw this map, I saw it on one of the scrape sites.
Connecting, we'll probably get a sync here.
And based on how the file names are, the scrape sites downloaded the multiplayer version of the map. So they're going to be trying the multiplayer version because they grabbed it from someplace other than that website because they didn't want to use uploaded because it takes too long. And as a result, they're getting the wrong version.
Sorry.
There we go. Ah, the bale thief. Yeah, we haven't quite figured out how it happened. So you did or didn't join his farm? It just let you use his baler?
Yeah. I don't know. I said, hey, anybody need any help? He's like, you can help me bale. It's like, you got a vehicle? And he's like, yeah, there's a Valtra in my yard. So I walked up in it, jumped in it, and it worked. I didn't click anything.
You took over a farm, right? That wasn't a Z farm? So
Yeah,
he could have granted that farm contractor rights when Dr. Chaotica was in it. So when he left and you took over, the farm still had contractor rights.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. I mean, what doesn't make sense is that the bales were tied to you because you were baling.
And not the equipment used to bale it.
Yeah. I mean, when we used his baler, we sold the bales we made and we got the money for it. But in this case, it was a different farmer using his equipment And it basically assigned the bales to you because you were the one baling it, even though you baled it on his field. Hey, Silver Dragon, what is up, people? Oh, it's just because genetics out in the country. He doesn't get those modern speeds. I haven't seen you around. I guess you've been laid up with the bum leg. Break the pipe off. Oh, infections are bad things. So my wife had she had foot surgery way back in December, and her incision area ended up getting an abscessed infection. And in February, they basically had to go in and scrape out, dig out this huge, well, what looked like a huge portion of her incision area, and a big bit of the flesh and meat and muscle down into the side of her foot to get the infection out. And we've been having to basically do open wound care on that area for the last several weeks. And they're thinking it probably won't be sealed up and healed up for another month or two. Oh no. Here we are. Alright, let's head on down to the other two fields. Goal is to get these 3 canola fields flipped tonight.
So how's everybody doing at home?
Not too bad. We don't get too much rain, so it can dry out. Start because the if it starts staying warm, grass is going to want to grow, and it's just a big muddy heap. Oh, wrong gear.
I'm just tired of the freeze thaw, freeze thaw, freeze thaw cycle we've had here.
Off we go. field won't take too long at all. Oh, let's go ahead and clear that. Yeah, but talking about the land, I don't know if we want to grab 54 at some point. Just take out a loan and just grab it, or what?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do 54 and 52.
Let's see, I think 54's got soybeans in it now. Cotton. No, it's got cotton in it.
Tell you what, AI, they love to plant cotton in those tiny little fields, don't they?
I thought they like to put root crops on giant fields on 4X maps.
So it makes me wonder if I harvest, like if I ran your harvester and harvested a crop, would you be able to sell it?
Yeah, we should be able to. The biggest difference with the bales is they actually have an owner tied to them. Crops don't.
Okay.
The
Crops
bales
are-
show up in the vehicle file.
Yeah, they're an item. Crops are just a fill plane value that then gets put into a silo, and the silo has a farm ID associated with it. Well, you know, you could do that, Will. I think in a new iteration of Black Mountain, he set it so that the AI can't plant cotton. I find it interesting that poplar and sugarcane are basically like crops AI never plant.
Wonder
No.
about that.
The two most hated crops in the land.
Wonder if it's because there's no mission support for them.
It's probably because it takes too long for the AI to plant them.
Yeah, so in the crops XMLs, there's a tag for was it make mission item or something like that. It's probably just turned off to false. Did you dump your canola before you went over there?
Yeah.
So about 6,200 canola out of that first field.
4,500 now. There's 10,000, 11,000.
I'll bring this trailer back down there and then start to plant that other field.
I'll probably be able to hold both fields in that one trailer. Yeah, we need 100 grand to buy 54. We need 110 grand to buy 52. Hey, John, yeah, we upgraded our harvester. Mostly because of the grain head, of the corn head. Corn head on the other harvester was too narrow. We got 95,000 in debt too. We bought this harvester.
I got 100. So,
But-
which one did you buy?
We got the T590. But we would be out of debt by the end of the week. The way our porkers are reproducing. Because we're getting like 12 grand a day.
So if we get 54 and extend our loan, I think we can make our money back, but I think we need to use it as a cash crop and not as a feed crop.
Okay. I'm 23 and 57. No, we're not going to combine them all together. No. The growth cycles on the map would destroy us with our pigs. You see, if we look here, we've got growth control on, and it's configured to basically 2 game days to every growth cycle. So it takes about 8 or 9 game days from plant to harvest. So if we merge these fields into one big field, and we had one large harvest every 8 or 9 game days, then we would basically probably run out of the ability to keep our pigs fed because we'd run out of crop. So right now we've got, of the fields we own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we own 6 fields. So the fields we own, we have 3 fields in canola, 2 fields in corn, and 1 field in barley.
Yeah, that tipper wagon is down there in front of that other field.
All right. And we bought a bunch of potatoes, or sugar beets, off of another farmer
We gotta lime that one that you just finished.
quite a while ago.
So I'll start slurry spreading and then I'll go through and get the lime.
All right, this field will take but 10, 15 minutes. So basically, if we look here at our pigs, we're trying to maintain between 74 and 100 pigs in our pen. Pen maxes out at 100, so when we get to 100, we lose productivity. So we don't want to get to 100 and stay there. We want to basically keep rotating our pigs out. So we get a new pig every 2 hours at this number of pigs. So over the course of a game day, 24 hours, we get 12 pigs. So that's $12,000 a day in pig production.
That one map has what, 6 farms and then 2 BGAs?
Yep. And the BGAs are viable and they both have sheds.
I know one of the farms was just a little cattle area up top, wasn't it? Like up in the wood.
So Hoff 6, which is just below that, has I think chickens, and then that cattle area is an add-on. Doesn't come with Hoff 6, it's a buy-on. It's not that expensive, it's like 60 grand, but it's an add-on. It's a natural add-on because it's right off of that. Yeah, it uses the modding welt free range, open range cows up there. So basically, if you looked at the crops, and we'll look at that again as we unload. Oh no. There we go. So if we look here, we're staying afloat, keeping things pretty good. Corn, wheat, canola, and sugar beets. With the fields that we have, with the rotation that we have. But if we merge these fields together and we just did one massive crop of, let's say, canola, and then 8 days later, one massive crop of corn, and then several days later, one massive crop of barley, I think we would run out of the other crops while we were waiting for the cycle to rotate around. So the corn and the barley are on one growth cycle. The canola fields are on another growth cycle, so it's not that big of a deal. Every few days we come on, we harvest 3 or 4 fields. And over the course of about 2-3 hours, we can flip them, harvest, cultivate, fertilize, and seed. What's up, Jonah? Or Joda? Yeah, so I was kind of thinking, what about running a BGA where I would buy chaff from farmers, or potentially pay farmers to plant fields, and then I would have the harvesting equipment, and then we could contract, I'd pay folks to help me harvest it or something. And then, of course, I would do the big labor of the compaction and everything, but then I would get the major money. When I would sell it all off, it'd be kind of a big labor-intensive process to sell it off, too. But to just try to run a corporate BGA on the map.
Yeah, I was thinking about not even growing anything. I was thinking about doing like a feedlot kind of deal.
Those fields there are pretty small.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah, they're
A couple acres.
What do you think of the size?
When I had loaded the map up, a couple fields had contracts, and they were like 2 acres or less, and they weren't the biggest fields on the map, but they weren't. Yeah. I mean, there's 100 and some fields, so on a 2x map, so they can't be huge. But also means they're reasonably priced. You could merge them if you wanted.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think from looking, it was pretty easy to merge them.
I saw roads between lots of them. The type of roads you can plow.
I'd have to double check it. Because if it's just a painted texture, yeah. But if it's an actual place item, then map reminds me a lot of, is it Valley of the Old Farm?
Oh yeah. It's hard to
It's
believe
kind
that
of,
that was a Felsburn edit. I mean, it's a pretty stiff edit. As news to everyone watching and playing, the Old Streams map has been sent to Giants, apparently.
that's cool.
Hey, Christopher, what's up?
It's another little one. I never really played on it much.
On 17, it was one of the earlier maps I played before I did this YouTube thing. And I never realized my goal because I just stopped playing it. But I had a goal of basically buying all the fields and making them all grass and doing cows and sheep. Just having all the fields grass.
I'd love to get seasons. I miss it.
The 8 pallet mod that we have in here, does that load automatically into the pallet, or do you have to put individual boxes?
You have to toss them in. Just let you take like 16 pallets, 16 boxes worth of eggs in one pallet up to the sell point. But
Yeah,
you
there's
still
just so many different versions of that.
still toss them in. Yeah, I saw that, Tanya. Bullet Bill's not that interested in modding for 17, but Oxygen David is willing to take up the cause, so to speak.
Ben bought a couple more fields.
There's a couple small strips.
Told you there's been a land grab as of late. Still a bunch of unspoken fields, but look at how many neon green or yellow, whatever they are. 66, 65. 66 was just bought because I was scoring big on some fertilized contracts on that one. $56 pays well in fertilized contracts. That's been picked up. Soon there won't be any way to make money. What do you mean? What did I misspeak? I played Old Streams in 17. It's been sent to Giants for 19. Oh, I wonder if we'll be able to make it back. I think so. We got 1,000 liters to go. What's everybody think about the DLC announcement? Anderson Equipment. Oh yeah, he's not interested in modding for 19 at the moment. He seems to be hard set that 19's broke. I don't know, seems to play pretty good for being broke. Oh, we just made it back. Just made it back. Alright, so the trailer's full, but I'll have plenty of capacity to get the rest of the field here. Go. And we'll chew up this field. Like I said, these fields don't take forever, or don't take very long at all to get through. No need for really big stuff on the map. Let's see here. What is in 52? 52 has cotton in it also. 19 and 14. 14 has corn. No, what is in this field? Canola? No. Potatoes. Ooh, potatoes. Sunflowers. We could pick up 14 and 19. They have potatoes and sunflowers in them.
That's across from us.
Yeah, that's 112,000. Versus 54 that has cotton and 52 has cotton. And we could buy 52 or 54 and plow it under. We could buy 14 and 19 and get the sunflowers and then plow the potatoes under. They're not going to be expense to harvest. Because I doubt we're going to need any more root crops for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, genetic. What I'm saying, what I'm trying to be very cautious about with respect to comparisons is comparing 19, present day 19, to present, well, not present, but to past 17 of, let's say, March 2017 era. Not November, October of 2018, but to say, how is 19 now compared to 17 in March of 2017? And I would say, other than factory production stuff, how are they really that far off? You know, how was 17 right before the Coon DLC compared to 19 right before the Anderson DLC? That, I think, is a very fair comparison. But I don't think it's good to compare anything to the fully developed, fully fledged out, previous version. because, you know, we all would love to see seasons. You know, I'd say a lot of us were probably a little disappointed when it wasn't part of the base game. Now, there was probably some number of us that were, including me, kind of holding out hope that that was kind of the, you know, the golden child that they were keeping back, that they were going to announce right on release day. It wasn't a deal. I know lots of folks that don't want to play 19 until Seasons is out. Seasons pretty much, you know, ruined the base game for lots of people. That's saying a lot for one mod. Saying that it really filled a gap or filled a need or a want for a lot of folks. Some folks are not interested in it until production. Let's push the talk magic.
Listening to the YouTube.
We're having a lively discussion in the stream.
Oh, what
about 19 and 17 and apps that are coming out, and folks that don't like set 19 compared to 17. But I was saying that I think some of those folks are giving 19 an unfair comparison of comparing current 19 to fully modded and fleshed out 17. But to say, let's compare 17 in the era before the Coon DLC to 19 in the era before the Anderson DLC, and how do they compare between the two? And I think, other than factory scripts, they're both functionally the same base game as far as gameplay. 19's got other stuff added to it, but visually 19 is nicer, with exception to some weird things like the early morning light transitions that seem a little crazy.
Yeah, but at least you have light transitions, you know. At least there's actual shadow. The sun moves and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, where's the tractor at?
Felt like 17 was just like a dimness level.
Yeah, now there's supposedly there's the sun at the light source rotates and not the shadows are simulating movement. Where's the other tractor at?
It's spreading slurry. Do you want this one?
No, I'll take this one. I don't know, Matt. I've never played 13. I don't have a basis of comparison, but remember, we can't compare. We can't compare a fully modded previous version to the current version. That's just 6 months out of release. Unless you're talking about base game 13.
I didn't get into 17 until the last year of it. So.
Seasons is already out.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying that I know a fair number of people who are not interested in playing 19 until Seasons is available. And without Seasons, Seasons ruin base gameplay for them. And it's saying a lot that, one mod could basically ruin the base game for some number of players, and that probably a large number of us that played Seasons kind of in the back of our head always kind of hoped that Seasons support was that trump card that they were holding in their pocket until release day to tell everybody about. That just never happened. The kind of release day came and gone without a Seasons announcement, and it was kind of a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But no one's holding the gun to anybody's head saying you have to play 19. But you can still play 17 all day long.
Like Spectre.
Yep. He's having a blast, I guess, in 17. He's having control issues too.
Yeah, controller stuff. But I know he likes factories and stuff too. So.
Right. Oh, we're letting the poo pay for itself. Oh, sorry about that. This darn mic is right where I'm not expecting it seems. Does the other field have slurry on it?
Yes, that was the last one.
Alright.
53 needs to be limed though.
Alright. Got a pass or two left on this one. Well, this whole bottom area needs the liquid.
Speaking of liming, I think we had to lime all 3 of our fields last harvest cycle. I suggest when we go through and do the next, we lime one of them, even though they don't need it. That way we're not doing all 3 fields in one rotation.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can be frugal with our slurry and not have to go back for more. Oh yeah, we're good. 30%. Alright, that's good. That's good enough. For the OCD among us, we'll just give it a shot here. There we go. All that good. That doesn't have a hitch. Do you know what? This trailer has a hitch. We're going to pull both of these back in one trip, I hope. Alright, let's see. Do we have the juice to power up the hill? Might be burning through the fuel. Oh, let's not have an accident. Get bogged down. With seed genetic, you don't like anything when it comes out. It's got to grow on you. Alright, let's drop the slurry tank off. Oh look, we were dragging our PTO, tearing up equipment. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Just see, we're going to be able to put that whole trailer in there, and we're still not going to be topped off. And we topped off our wheat and our corn last harvest cycle, and we got some of that still in the silo. That took it all, almost topped it off. Hey, Bill's Bub, what's up? Alright, let's go find our weight. And let's do some line. It's empty. Yeah, I'm gonna need those loaders.
To buy lime?
Yeah.
You know there's a lime buy point down at the shop. Well, the maintenance place.
Yeah. The bag cheaper?
Good question. I've never looked.
Yeah, the bag's cheaper. It's 400 for 2,000. I thought 450 for 2,000. It's a Brooks is a beast of a map. Uh-oh. See how you'd want to take a break from that.
I keep wondering why I'm so sleepy and I forget that daylight savings time messes with me. Today was National Nap Day, by the way.
It's a day I could get behind.
Right. Our state, they're voting, they actually proposed a bill to do away with daylight savings time here in the state.
Is your state like? Well, your state splits the time zone, right?
Yep. Right down the middle.
And there is some state that doesn't observe it. Which one it is?
I think it's Arizona or New Mexico. Doesn't observe it at all.
Can't remember. I grew up or spent a year in South Bend, and it was weird. I don't know about the rest of the state, but there, the state was the same way. It was split in half, and for half the year you were on one time, and on the other half of the year you were on the other side, because of the geographical location of the city. So they never changed the time. So you were Eastern time for half a year, and then Central time for the other half.
That's gonna be weird.
Yeah, you never knew when your survivor was coming on.
But I'd say I think they're leaning towards more Central time for the state. I think it's a population thing, because more of the population of this state is Central time.
There we go. I think someone sent me a map that's supposed to be from Saskatchewan. I think they were sending it to the mod hub. I don't know. Got a random map sent to me the other day in Facebook Messenger. I think they were saying it was Saskatchewan. It was somewhere. This field needs lime. Let's just check before we go and put lime on it. Yep. Super dude, that's normal. Folks don't seem to like my streams. They don't dislike them, they just don't seem to like them. It was an interesting layout. I just took a quick tour around it. There weren't a lot of fields for the area of the map, but the fields were all interestingly shaped.
So when is the DLT? 26, 27?
Yeah, 26. So what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks from now?
15 days.
So if you pre-ordered from Giants, you'll get it Monday night. Whatever is midnight Giants time, which might be 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Depending on if you observe the time change or not.
Sweater through stone properly.
Oh, look, we went and blew 2,000 liters of lime just doing that little bit. That's crazy. All right, so that other field needs fertilizer now.
Yeah, the second layer. I suggest we use manure for the second layer since it actually has a texture.
Yep. All right, off to do that. I'm not too bothered about likes or dislikes. I just enjoy the interaction that we have with the active members that are in chat. That off there. Drop that off there. The weight off. Come over here and get our poo slinger. Wonder if anybody notices that I try to change shirts every stream.
They do now.
Yeah, I try to pick a different shirt. I want to be the farmer that's wearing the same shirt all the time. Changed out my hat too. I got a coon hat on now.
Yeah, I usually just change hats.
I think I wore out the New Holland hat.
I got a farm sim hat on, or LS hat.
It'd be cool if in the 1.3 patch that's supposed to come out before the DLC, if you got an Anderson hat, so we could sport our Anderson pride before they showed up.
Yeah, I really want. I'd love to be able to make some hats.
Stuck.
Modded hats.
Let's just do this. What are we doing? Raise up. Oh, great. What's wrong with you? Just do this, turn it on. Then we'll get underneath of it, And then we won't be stuck anymore. Because now we should be able to move. Oh, as I drive back into the pile more. Let's turn that off. And off we go. So yeah, so the map has lots of kind of open areas. And some of the map, or some of the field areas that are marked on the map are really just grass. Like they were just, overgrown. Or whatever, and then you just go and plow them under. Change them out. They've got a fair representation of the modding wealth American buildings in there. Let's get down there a little closer to the edge, okay. That is a good point, Christopher. One of the big gameplay changes in 19 was the whole build your own farm. Change the landscaping around. Much more set on the placeable front.
Poplar business on the next map.
The new baler.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still in the
Worth it if it regrew like the sugar cane does.
maybe it's still maybe it's in the works. That little bit. Well, Will, you should probably send a message. Send him a message over at FSUK and figure out, hey, what's up? I mean, it doesn't take that long to convert a map, right? All right. One more pass. Call her done and get ourselves another load. That's another great thing about these little fields. You can almost fertilize them all with just one load of manure each. This one. So don't waste too much. 300 liters left. Sorry, not going to do that. Although we do have on our open community server, South American Outback, lots of folks over there having fun, playing big. That's why I'm not filling up. Go. And off we go. Another load. See how those vents, both doors open up in the front window and the rear window, and the sunroof opens up?
I haven't looked at them yet.
So that could be a you could do a video about the favorite line. Where did it get its name from, and why are they just so darn cool?
Oh, these are the Varios.
The 700 series is like they have a Vario and a favorite version of each. The 800 is just 3 Varios. But it's, I think, like a newer body style to the favorite as opposed to the squared off front of the in-game 500.
Yeah, so I've got the favorite 800 that I use on my map. It's got the squared off one.
It's interesting because when you toggle between the Vario and the favorites, the only things that seem to change are the exhaust stack and the front grille.
This Mercedes-Benz is a nice truck.
I saw the update, they made it quieter.
Oh, why?
Yeah, you can't please everybody, but you sure can displease a lot. You change something around and then you find out everybody that liked the other one. Let's go in and change the volume on the XML, right? Well, they're coming, Christopher. They're coming. Got two cool maps coming this week in videos. I had a couple interesting comments on those potato mixers today, or those pig food mixers.
Oh,
Yeah, one guy wasn't so into them because they used potatoes instead of sugar beets because he preferred sugar beets. So it's kind of like,
Well, they used wheat instead of bar, or no?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
wheat instead of barley.
Yeah, I said, well, they could have used soybeans instead of canola, or. But if that's the only reason you're not going to use it, then just go in the XML and change it from potatoes to sugar beets, and you're done.
Or if you like sugar beets, just smush them and cover them and make your own.
That too. One guy didn't like it because they had the extra high capacities. And well, yeah, they are kind of big. But if you want lower capacities, just go in and change it. Just find the XML, find the capacity line, and just change the value, and then presto, you're done. He was like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's great." There you go.
I think a lot of people know how easy it is to change a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like, well, there you go. Man. Let's make it suit your needs. No one will think any worse of you. Now, if you change it and then release it and say, "Oh, look what I did," then it's like, "Hello." It doesn't take much to change a text file. Whoa. All right, let's go top off. You think you'll be done that field in 20 minutes? Do you need seed or anything brought to you?
I just filled up. I shouldn't need any more seed. Should be done in 20 minutes.
That's the magic 2-hour mark, right? I think.
Yeah. Mine has a knack for doing
Thinks I planned this all out.
that. I know you got an evil master plan there somewhere.
So you know those fun like Cosmo tests or whatever. All the girls like like to take them. There was one years ago that was like, I don't know. You answered a bunch of questions, and it came back that I was an evil genius that was set to take over the world, like Pinky in the Brain. An evil mastermind genius. I kind of think the smart one there was Pinky. It's just he was just sitting back there playing dumb.
No responsibility, nothing. He just did his thing.
It's just like Patrick on SpongeBob. He's just doing his thing. He's the smartest one in the whole group. Hey, you know what, Genetic? What's so funny is they probably get a ton of views. It's the unrealistic ones that get the huge follower counts. I mean, we could always go camping. That would turn up some big numbers. There we we go. Just topping off our pigs. Oops, wrong one. When's the next Jones Dairy Farm coming out?
Probably tomorrow. I wasn't too productive today. So.
No, you were too busy observing the national holiday.
Yeah, I slept most of the day. It's my first day off, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep. I set the alarm to wake up from like a little 4-hour nap, and I was like, nope, I'm just gonna lay here until the kids get home. But yeah, I did some stuff on it tonight to get ready to record. I didn't record anything yet. I need to get ahead, but I can never get there.
Go. They're fairly well topped off. 66,600 is probably what they're going to need on all three of those.
I might do a Boulder Canyon one this week too. I don't know, there's so much. That Swiss map, I love that thing, but I really don't have time to play it right now. I love the way that one looks. It looks fun.
Wonder if we can figure out an April challenge for that whatever that map name is. Name that starts with S.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
An April challenge. I think it'd be that's a good economy map you could use.
Yeah, I emailed the so on that guy's website he's got something about some harbor challenge. He's got a save game. It says you need those ATC, those ISO container mods. So I sent him an email and it's like, what's this harbor challenge? Because I'm interested in why I would need these container mods. I've kind of been looking for a reason to play with the container mods. Why are you giving them a pickup?
They're not really.
They should start with just a chainsaw.
In a farming sense, but they do look like they'd be fun to play with.
I mean, the map's got 2 harbors. One of them has a big shipping container boat in it. But I didn't really see where and how those containers would be used. There's also a big, like, open mining pit. I understand that. Maybe that's there waiting on those other fill types like gravel and sand and all.
Be pretty neat. be really cool if it was like a 4X or map that had like a rail car that you could load those containers on and move them to a sell point.
Yeah. Let's see what this guy gets back to me on.
Of course, the day I harvest my soybeans, the price is junk. I guess I have to leave them in the tipper.
It's funny, this whole time we've played the map, I don't think we've sold any crop other than mission crops. Fully fertilized. Ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I think wood is the only thing we've brought to a sell point besides the pigs.
So what do you think? You want to buy a field or do you want to wait?
Let's go ahead and do it.
You want to get 52 or 54 in cotton. Now the advantage of 52 is there's some grass across that dirt road that also comes with it that you could in theory plow up and put crop in there. Or 14 and 19. 14's got sunflowers, 19 has taters.
I think 52 was a little high price-wise, wasn't it? Mainly due to that extra grass area.
Yeah, it's 110. 54 is 90 some. 96. And 14 and 19 is 112.
112 for both of them.
Yep.
Really don't matter.
Sunflowers are growing. Taters are ready to be topped.
We could do the mission for the potatoes first.
You could. There is one.
I could, huh?
I could do it in the morning. I'm not leaving until after lunch.
No, you're leaving tomorrow.
19.
Yeah, you're going out of town, aren't you?
Yeah, we get $2,500 if we do it. All right. I borrowed the items. 19.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Well, you said it. We could do it.
Yeah, I did say it.
I'll do it in the morning. All I gotta do in the morning is pack. Hey, Gregory, what's up? Well, we were just talking about that earlier, Gregory. Around, we knew folks were still playing 17 because they just, really needed the mods or wanted the mods. Did I leave this running? Oh, I didn't think I left it running. Now I've heard rumors that that there are folks that are near completion on a new iteration of factory scripts or script for 19, but that's not been. I haven't been able to confirm it with anybody or confirm it with any other information than just what I've heard. We'll do a pass here of manure, then we'll go back down the shop and bring those trailers up. We need another load of poo anyway. By the time we get this, you'll be done. Star Citizen. Whoa. Where am I going? Alright, put the spreader or the conveyor away. Thinking we were done.
All right, seating is done.
You guys are so fast.
We have such small fields. Alright, we're out of manure.
I saw some pig mod today that had different pigs.
So I've got another server that I'm running, and I added an animal species mod is what it was called, but it takes, like the chicken, there's 4 or 5 different breeds of chicken. So the white chicken is worth 1 chicken, the black one is worth 2, the brown one is worth 100, all in one model. So it consumes the food of 100, it produces as much as 100 or whatever the number is, but it only takes 1 model. So that the model only counts as 1, even though it has a production and consumption of a larger number.
So you have 1 chicken running around and it's 100?
It produces like it's 100, yeah. So you could have 10,000 chickens in one of those small chicken coops.
Oh, so it's not like... So, yeah. So the chicken coop sees it as 1, even though it's producing 100 times more.
Right.
But as far
and
as
the reproduction rates are adjusted as well.
But as far as the animal pen's concerned, it's only 1 animal.
Right.
Yeah, the pig one. 2 different types of pigs. One that was like a dirty pig, which made a bunch of manure and slurry, but didn't produce that fast. And then there was another pig that produced real fast, but didn't make much manure or slurry.
So they've split the cows up to where it produces less milk and more manure, or more manure and less milk. But I think all the others are just kind of, they count as more.
See, it's mods like that I need people to explain it to me. Why on earth there would be... why does this even exist? It's
I
like
thought there was a cow one that they reproduce faster, but they didn't make milk.
I have heard of that one. It to represent beef cows. Can't remember where I heard it though.
So I returned the conveyor belt. Since we don't have any manure, we're probably not going to be using it for a while.
Okay.
It'll probably take a decent amount of time before we have any more manure of any volume. Oh, he's already got the tractor. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is we're going to call it there. I'm going to be traveling for the rest of this week. I'll be back Friday night. That's the plan. So no more streams for me this week until Friday night. But rest assured, there's plenty of other content already queued up, ready to go. We'll have map vids. Thursday and Friday, we'll have Black Mountain Stables videos Wednesday and Friday. And we've got mod reviews at noon every day this week, Tuesday through Friday. Already scheduled up and ready to go. So until next time, guys, happy farming.